Hello and welcome back. You're with me,
Icy Snap.
Oklahoma-born Zach Bryan, American country singer-songwriter, known for his raw, emotive style and pretty good storytelling. Bryan has quickly risen prominence in the country and pop scene recently, largely driven by social media, of course, uploading songs to YouTube, where his breakthrough came with the album release Diane, a tribute to his late mother, and pretty quickly he's released 2 albums thereafter, Elizabeth in 2020 and the pretty good American Heartbreak in 2022. American Heartbreak, I think, being the more polished of the 3, while still kind of maintaining that authentic sound. Despite his relatively short time in the spotlight, he's made an impact on the country and folk scene. So now his 4th studio album, The Great American Bar Scene. 19 tracks running just over an hour. It's a bit long, but it's okay. There's definitely a lot of emotion coming through on this album. A struggle between his newfound success and trying to live the life he used to, and the reminiscing. And you can kind of hear this through the production of the album. It's cleaner, it's more spacious, it's balanced. But that's kind of what happens when you get a bigger budget. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, of course, but it just shows that journey he's kind of going through. This grassroots Americana country rock album. Kind of sounding like Neil Young and Bruce Springsteen combined. Coincidentally, Bruce Springsteen featuring on the album. Whilst I'm not blown away, there's some pretty good tracks on it, starting off interestingly with a poem against a backdrop of lazily strummed guitar, like a fiddle sound. I quite like it, it's cute, and I think that's one of Zach's strong points is his writing. He can really paint a vivid picture whilst actually keeping the subject matter really relatable. And you immediately hear this with the start of the album with the poem, but also the track Mechanical Bull, reminiscing about before what I mentioned, how things used to be and kind of struggling a bit. Instrumentally really nice, but nothing like amazing. Like I've said before, the album does have a really good production, mostly. It does feature like a lot of harmonica, and sometimes it's done well. For example, on the song Pink Skies, altogether a really good song, including the harmonica, I think. And then other times it can be a bit too much. And you really hear this on the title track. The high frequencies just clash a bit too much for my liking, which is a shame because other than that, I thought it was really good. From here though, the song 28, one of the leading tracks for me on the album. Really nice vocal melody, instrumentation sounding good, giving me Angus and Julia Stone vibes. And I really like the combination of the instruments used, quite rich in sound, like guitars, violins, piano, steel guitar. The album is really listenable like that, if that's even a word. And what I mean by that is everything from start to finish is good. For example, American Nights and Oakland, and a few more between those. The thing is, they're decent songs, but there's not much more other than that to say. Slightly more than filler. But between these songs though, there's a lot of songs worth talking about. Like Purple Gas featuring Noeline Hoffman, really complementing each other quite well. And his vocals sounding like previous albums in terms of like production. Really nice singer focused song. And actually the same song like Ida in the same vein. Slow and intimate, but having these really nice guitars swaying in and out. Nice crispy drums and lyrics about love and kind of missing the person, being away on tour, having to leave them. And I think this is a good example of the better side of the album. But from here, Boons feeling a little lacking compared to the other slow songs. Vocals though sounding a bit more raw, and I enjoy all these vocal afflictions that Zach is giving us here. And actually the next song, The Way Back, is really enjoyable. Interesting little piano that comes in and out. Percussion as well is quite good. And this is sort of an example of those songs that are good but not wow. Apart from the joy of Zach's voice, there are a few features on this album as well, as if we weren't spoiled enough. One of them being John Moreland, vocally really nice together, but instrumentation annoyingly being quite lackluster, although the percussion has this really nice dusty feel to them. And the other vocal feature being the man himself, Bruce Springsteen. Honestly, I don't care for this song much. There's something about the guitar that just overpowers everything. Vocally they do work together, but meh. Something about the song feels uncohesive and a bit like lost. I don't know, I'm not convinced it works. Another feature being John Mayer providing guitar obviously, and a few backup vocals. Straight away you can just hear him playing the guitar, like he has the exact same sound every single time, and his classic solos, which actually in this song I don't mind. Zach Bryan's voice coming again quite strong, and against John Mayer's voice sounding really nice. From here though, the last few songs on the album are a bit hit and miss, like the song Tower, and I understand the vibe he's going for. That southern gospel down by the river, but I just don't feel it working that much. And actually, I don't think it's one of the best mixed songs on the album, and I think it has quite a few issues level-wise. And then Northern Thunder, again, feeling a bit like filler. Then coming towards the end with Funnyman. Initially, I was kind of like, meh, it's okay, until the song really picks up after about 2 minutes, and then the pace gets faster, everything sort of changes up a little bit, and then it gets slow again and fast, and I really liked that change in pace. And finally, the last song on the album, Bathwater, not the kind you're thinking of. Short and sweet, and not really a bad way to end the album. I like this heavy percussion going on, these nice harmonies, really setting that vibe that the song I think is going for. Like still being that guy who plays in dingy bars to common people, you know? And sometimes I did think this album did still sound like that, but other times you can hear that better production. And all in all, it's a really enjoyable album. Maybe a tad too long for me, could have been a little bit shorter. Overall though, the production was good. At some parts a little questionable, yeah, but nothing that's gonna ruin it for me. Vocally and lyrically he's done really well too. And yeah, I think all in all I would give this album a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below. Yeah, and hopefully catch you on the next one. I really enjoy doing these, so yeah, I appreciate everything. Thank you and goodbye.